We are going to discuss about database users, like what are the representation model that we are going to discuss. So our objective of today's lecture is like how we are supposed to represent data with the help of various models that we are going to discuss. So this is the main objective of our lecture, and in the end you will be able to determine how the data is represented and how you are supposed to structure the data. So let's before discussing about representation model, let's discuss about what is basically data model. What is basically data model? So as a name implies, data and model. Data model mean to say model of data that we are going to represent. So it could be any abstract model. Abstract model mean to say like it could be like organizing the elements of data. So abstract model mean to say it could be a representation of a system. It consists of concepts that are used to help people know, understand, or simulate a subject the model represents. So it is also a set of concepts. Like in contrast, physical models are physical objects, for example, a toy model, or I can say prototype model that could be assembled. So it organizes the elements of data and standardize how they relate to one another and to the properties of real world entities. So for instance, like a data model may specify that the data element representing a car, it could be composed of a number of other elements, like that could in turn represent the color of the car, size of the car. In addition, it could define its owner. So this is the way how we are supposed to data, like we are supposed to represent data. Like data could be any raw data, but how we are supposed to represent it with the help of model, mean to say it could be some structured data that we are going to represent with the help of model. Now what does structured data mean? Structured data mean to say that is having a particular meaning, that is serving a specific purpose. Like if I am storing any information related to employee, student, in addition a lot of entities are there about which I am storing information, but I am not able to distinguish what is data, what is that data about, what is employee data, what is student data, what is XYZ data, and so on. Because there is no standard that is being fixed for the same, and there is no like particular structure that is being followed for the same, so that the it could be an organized data. So that is why we are supposed to consider various models in database management system. Why? So that we can present the structured data. So that we can present the structured data. So that is why data models come into the pictures. So as I told you, it is an abstract model. Like it organizes the elements of the data, and it could provide the standard, like it could standardize the how they relate to one another. So how they relate to one another mean to say we are structuring the data so that if we are having two tables, then we could easily define what is the relationship between those two tables. Because otherwise it is raw data, or I can say it is a random data that is having no meaning and that is not serving any specific purpose. But it is structured. If it is modeled, then it means it is serving a purpose, specific purpose is attached to the same. So same we are going to discuss about data model. So the term data model, it could be like I told you in a recent example, like car. So car, like I am saying I am supposed to store data about car. Now there are certain attributes that could be there that is associated with car, because car, there are so many millions of cars that are available. I don't know what type of attribute that I am talking about. Car is a general term. We are supposed to talk about specified term, like it could be composed of various elements, like what is the color of the car, what would be the size of the car, what would be its who would be like who is the owner of the car. So these are certain types of attributes that could define the car entity in a more precise way. Otherwise, its meaning is random. It is not able to, I am not able to interpret the meaning from the entity car because it is meaningless. Lot of data could be stored about the car. I don't know what are the various like what is the basic structure for the same, so that I can gather information about the entity car. So we are supposed to define attributes, we are supposed to define structure, we are supposed to define models, so that it could be a structured data that could be referred to. So same is the case with data model. It can be referred to two distinct. Distinct mean to say they are two different but closely related components. Sometimes it is referred to as abstract formalization of the subject, or sorry, objects and their relationships found in particular application domain. For example, customers, products, and orders they found in a manufacturing organization. So at other time, it refers to the set of concepts that are used in defining such formalizations. For example, concepts such as entities, attributes, relations, or tables. So the data model of a banking application, let's say I'm talking about banking application, it may be defined using entity relationship data model. The like we are supposed to use the term in both senses, like a data model explicitly determines the structure of data, or I can say explicitly its definition is structure. We are supposed to define the structure as I told you. So basically data models are typically specified by data specialist, data librarian, or a digital humanities scholars in data modeling notation. So these notations are often represented in graphical forms. Graphical form mean to say it could be represented with the help of visual representation. Now, what does visual representation mean to say? The way I am talking about, like I am supposed to represent a model. Now, what is model? Model is a graphical representation. Model is the pictorial representation of something that I am going to present. So same is the case here. They could be presented in the form of the graphical form. So a data model can sometimes be referred to as data structure, especially in context of programming languages, because we have dealt with this subject in third semester, because it is the, I can say, base of the computer science BTech, a data structure. So data models are often complemented by function models, especially in the context of organization model, or I can say enterprise models. So let me tell you the overview about data model. So we are dealing with large amount of data nowadays. How to manage large quantity of structured data and unstructured data. That is the main function of information system. So data models describes the structure, manipulation, integrity aspects of the data that is stored in the database management system, such as relational database management system. So they typically do not describe unstructured data, such as like word processing, documents, email messages, pictures, digital audios, and you can add more things to the same, like video, if I am talking about, because these are all the multimedia things. So now let us discuss about what is the role of data model, because we are going to discuss about various types of data models. So before discussing about the representation model, let us discuss about the role of data model. What is the role of data model? So let me tell you, like the main aim of our data model, the main goal of our data model is to support the development of information system. Like how? By providing the definition and format of the data. Obviously, if we are providing the definition, if we are providing the format of the data, then in that manner, we are justifying the information system. Now, what does information mean? Information is the processed data. Data could be any random data, but what is information? Information is the meaningful data. Information is the processed data. Now, how a data could be defined with the help of information system? By providing the definition and format for the data. So same is the case here if we are referring to data models. So next is like if we are supposed to deal with this data model consistently across the system, then compatibility of data can be achieved, obviously. So if the same data structures are used to store and assess the data, then different applications can share the data. Now there are various applications that are there in which we can share the data. because so many applications are there in which the data is centralized, and so many applications are there in which the data is distributed, or I can say it could be shared. So the results of like this are like it could be like depend on the type of data that we are going to use, like depend on the type of uh, application that we are going to use, like if we are using centralized system or we are using distributed system. But however, systems and interfaces often cost more than they should to build, operate, and maintain, obviously. And they may also constrain the business rather than support it. So, a major cause is that the quality of data models implemented in system and interfaces is poor. So, there are certain rules that are associated with the same, or I can say there are certain points that are concerned with the same. So what are those? Like if I am talking about business rules, so business rules like we are supposed to like specify how things are done in a particular place, or are often fixed in the structure of data model, or this means that small change in the way the business is conducted, it could lead to large changes in the computer system and interfaces, because we are dealing with business. So next is entity types. They are often not identified. Now, what is basically entity? It is the real world object. It could be employee, it could be customer, it could be banker, it could be any physical entity that exists. So entity types are often not basically identified or incorrectly identified, because if this is the case, so then it could lead to replication of data, and it is very prevalent in database management system, replication of data. Because let's say if I am storing some type of data in database management system, like simple layman example, like if, we are from computer science department, and there are so many databases that exist for a particular semester student, like you are studying in fifth semester student, you might be having many databases that are concerned with you, like you may be having you might be having a database related to your class in first semester, in second semester, in third semester, in fourth semester, now in fifth semester. So there might be, it might be the case that there is a duplication of data that might be there. So that is what I am talking about, the duplication here, because it could lead to the replication of data or data structure and functionality. So together with the attendant cost of that duplication in the development and maintenance, it could lead to the problem. So data models for different systems are arbitrarily different, because the result of this is that complex interfaces are required between systems that share the data, and these interfaces can account for between 25 to 70% of the cost of the current systems. Next is data cannot be shared electronically with customers and suppliers, because the structure and meaning of data has not been standardized. For example, like engineering design data and drawings for process plant tree are still sometimes exchanged on paper, because if we are switching to digitalized system, or I can say digitalization, then so many cons are associated with the same as well. Like nowadays everybody is relying on internet, so many cons are there, so many pros are there. There are advantages, but disadvantages are also there, because nowadays nothing is secure, because we are dealing with internet connections, and there are so many hackers that are there, cyber crimes are getting happened, so we cannot escape from the things that are happening in the today's world in case of digitalization. So same is the case here. Instead of sending anything electronically, they are sharing they are doing the things manually so that it could not be leaked. So that is why we are switching to manual system. But for our, I can say, quick responses, and for the digitalization purpose, we have switched to the new technology, or I can say new medium. but it has certain disadvantages too. So the reason for these problems is lack of standards that will ensure that data models will both meet business needs and it could be consistent. So a data model explicitly determines the structure of the data. Again, I am telling it to you because there are various typical applications of data models that could include database models, design of information system, enabling exchange of data. Usually data models are specified in data modeling language. Data modeling language and there are three perspectives like conceptual model, logical model, and physical model. I will be explaining that in later sections. Just let me discuss about first what is representation model, because we have discussed a lot about data model. Now let's switch to the representation model. So what is basically representation model? Representation model, as the name implies, representation model. So it is concerned with the graphical representation or it is concerned with the pictorial representation. So there are certain points that are associated with the same, like representation of data that is stored inside the database, like it could be in the form of various entities. So there are various tables that could be there and we are supposed to store the data in the form of rows and columns, and in the rows and columns there is a data that is specified for one entity, because one table occupy one entity. So there are certain types of data that could be stored inside a database. Next is it could describe the physical structure of the database. Physical mean to say how it is going to store the data physically. What would be the size of data? What would be the size of the data? What would be the physical structure of the data in which we are going to held the database? Next is it uses the concepts which are close to the end user. Now, what is end user? End user is concerned with the user interface because he is concerned with the operation of the queries. He is concerned with the result of the queries. So that is why we are supposed to use the concepts which are close to the end users. Now, end users are concerned with raising queries only, and a database system is responsible for responding to the queries that are raised by the end users. So it could provide a better interface, it could provide a better way, and it could provide an efficient efficient system in which the responses could be delivered to the customers, or I can say end users. So there are various classes of the models that are there. Like the first one is hierarchical model. As the name implies hierarchy, there could be a proper hierarchy that could be followed in the database management system that is concerned with the organization. Next is relational, that could define relationship between two entities, two tables, or anything. You can add any more things to the same. Next is networking, how the network flow within an organization, how the network is built, that is concerned with the database of the organization, how we are supposed to interact with each other, how we are supposed to share data with each other. Hierarchy mean to say there are certain levels that are defined, like top level, middle level, and bottom level. So there are various rights that are associated with various levels, what type of users will raise queries, how their queries will be handled, how their queries will be responded, that is concerned with hierarchical system. Now, if we are talking about relational, relation as a name implies, it could be a relationship that is defined between one table, it could be between two tables, two or more tables. So we are supposed to define customer or supplier relationship, teacher or student relationship. So there could be two tables that could be there, and we are supposed to define the relationship between two tables. So same is the case here. We are supposed to define with the help of the model. Next is networking. Networking, it could be in the form of a I can say parent-child relationship would be there. Parent-child relationship would be there, or I can say it could be represented with the help of tree-like structure, or maybe you can use any other thing, other structure to represent the networking. Networking mean to say we are supposed to build network regarding data that we are sharing among the various users in that is concerned with a particular organization. So the first model that we are going to discuss is hierarchical database model. So what is basically hierarchical database model? As I told you earlier, it is a hierarchy that is being followed. There is a top level management, middle level management, and in the end there could be end users. So it is developed by IBM. It is the oldest database model. It is developed by IBM and it is the oldest database model. Just wait a minute. So it is developed by IBM and it is oldest database model. It could represent using a tree diagram, like there is a top root level, at root level there is a director. Director is having various subordinates like manager, HR manager, various types of managers are there, X, Y, and Z. So these could be related to X sector, this could be related to a manager that is related to Y field, and this is the manager of Z field. Or I can you can put any HR or marketing or sales. It is your choice. Next is a particular manager, that is a manager. It is further subordinates. It is having further subordinates like area manager number 1, 2, and 3. Again, area manager is further divided into two parts, like it is having subcategories, sales executive 1 and sales executive 2. Again, sales executive 1 is having further categories like sales representative. So in this manner, we are supposed to represent the hierarchy. So it could be represented using a tree diagram. Parent-child relationship is there. Each box is called a node. So this director is called a node. This is called a node manager. Now this is what? These are the line. This is showing the flow of the data. How data could be flow between various entities in the or various nodes in the tree. So the nodes represents a record type. Nodes represent manager. It is a record type that is concerned with manager. It is a record type that is concerned with manager of a particular department. It is a record type that is concerned. Mean to say, let's say we are having one director in our college and there are 3 departments. First is computer science department, second is mechanical department, and third is electrical department. So computer science department is concerned with various like it could be having various HODs, it could be having various coordinators that are there, because they are handling the overall department. So again, there could be various subordinates that could be there that are helping HOD. So again, there could be various subordinates that are helping faculty. So in that manner, we are supposed to present the hierarchy. So that is why it is saying that the nodes represents the record type. So it is a record that is concerned with the manager of HR. It is a record that is concerned with the it is a record that is concerned with the area manager. So if the work of area manager 1 is different from area manager 2, then that is the record type of 1, mean to say they are totally independent. Next is a line connecting node represent the link. So this is the flow of the data, or it could be represented as a link between two entities. So next we are continuing the hierarchical model. So like it is a parent-child type, it is suited for one-to-many relationship between two entities. Now there are many types of relationships when we are going to represent entities, and in those relationships there are like one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many relationship, and many-to-one relationship. Because we will be discussing various types of attributes, relationships in entity relationship chapter, that is unit number 2. It is difficult to implement many-to-many relationship because, for example, IMS system for IBM, information management system for IBM is complex to maintain because it is having many-to-many relationship. Now, what does many-to-many relationship mean? To say many students are querying many teachers. Let's say we are simplifying it. Many students are querying or there could be a relationship that is defined on the behalf of the query. So many students are raising queries to many teachers. So that could be difficult to manage, obviously, because many students are there, many teachers are involved, and it could be implemented, but there is a complexity that is associated with the same. Everything is accomplished, but there are some pros and cons. I already told you, they are associated with each and everything that we are going to follow, we are going to implement in real world or in social world. So there are everything that is related to, like nothing is 100% nothing is 100% perfect. there could be some flaws that is related to one technique, there could be some flaws that could be related to another technique. So it could be the case that in first technique, if we are having some flaws, then we could limit those flaws in the second technique. Again, if we are implementing second technique, there are certain some flaws that could be there. So this process is continue, and it is a evergreen process, or I can say it is a forever process. So there could be certain advantages, there could be certain disadvantages, but we are supposed to focus on the function. So same is the case here. If there are many to many relationship, if many students are querying many teachers, then we are supposed to deal with the situation. We are not supposed to deal with the like we are supposed to, like we are. It could not be the case that the system will go into the loop and loop is endless. Nobody is satisfied in the end. So it could not be the case. So next is relational database model. It is a relational model. I am enlarging the size of the relational database model. So it is a relational database model. It is the simplest and most common model. It is developed in 1970 by Cord, and it became commercial in 80. So data elements are stored in different tables made up of rows and columns. Now let me tell you the relational model. Now it could be stored in the form of the table. It could be stored in the form of the table. Now what is table? What is table? So table is consist of rows and columns. Table could be in the form of rows and columns. So this is one row, this is second row, this is third row, and these are all the columns. 4 columns are there and 3 rows are there. And first row is representing roll number, name, surname, section. So this is the from the attributes we are supposed to guess the table name, like it is concerned with the student. So student roll number is there, student name is there, student surname is there, student section is there. So it is a table, relational table, that is defining the relation of the student. So student is having various attributes that are defining the student entity, like roll number, this and this. So these are various entries, or I can say records, that are associated with the student table. So this is the first entry, like it is a student is there who is having roll number 100 and 1. His name is Rajkumar and his surname is Tomar, and his section is D. Second is 1002. There is a Rajkumar. He is Singh as a surname, and her section is his section is D. So in that manner, we are supposed to study the relational tables. So this is just a table. I have not defined any relation here. This is just a table, how a relational table look like. So this is the table of the student, and in which there are various records of the students are stored. So there are more terms that are associated with this student table, like there are some certain terms that are associated with the same, like how we are supposed to store this roll number, how we are supposed to store this name. So there could be a data values that could be alphanumeric raw data, that is Rajkumar. Column fields are there, column field this one. Item or object that holds the data. It is also called item. Rows record a group of data for related field. Table, it is a collection of all the, it is the table. Table is consist of various records and fields. So these are records and these are fields. Key, identifier. Your roll number is a unique key, because each student is having different roll number or unique roll number. So this is the key identifier. It uniquely identifies a row in the table, and it can be value of a single or multiple column. For example, like database, Oracle, SQL Server, you can use any database system to represent the same. So next is network database model. So this is the type of model, networking model. We are supposed to build a network. Many teachers are creating like there is a teacher who is teaching so many courses. Again, in course A, there are so many students that are enrolled. So it is a network. It could be defined with the help of tree-like relation as well. So next is, it could be represented as a data structure diagram. Boxes represent the report and lines the link. Based on owner membership relation, members of an owner may be many, but for many members owner is one. But for many members owner is one. It can represent one to one and many to many as well. Many students are having relationship with many teachers, as I told you earlier. So in addition, there are more terms that are associated with same. One-to-many relationship is converted into a set of one-to-one. Also, many-to-many is converted into two or more one-to-many relationships. IDBMS images. So next is what is basically schema that I was about to discuss when I was discussing data model. So schema is the physical representation of the data, or it could be a logical representation of the data. So it is concerned with the logical structure of the data and does not show the data in the, just wait. So schema is concerned with the logical structure of the data. Now it is concerned with independence as well. Like if I am storing the data at the physical level is independent of the logical level. Same is the conceptual level. Conceptual level is independent of the physical level. So that is why it does not show the data in database. So there are various classifications for the same. It could be physical data, it could be conceptual data, it could be external data, or it could be mapping. So mapping is like this one. This is what the mapping is. So next is the classification. So this is conceptual, this is internal schema, this is external schema, 1, 2, and 3. So there are various representations that are concerned with external schema. So what is basically physical schema? Let us discuss what is physical schema. It describes the physical storage of the database, not in terms of blocks or devices, but describes organization of files, access paths that are there. Next is conceptual schema. It is concerned with the structure of the whole database, like it could describe entities, their relationships, various constraints on the data. Next is external schema. It is concerned with the pictorial representation, provides the user view of the data, shows relevant information particular to user, hide rest of the information. One or more levels are there. Now instances. Instances mean to say actual data contained in the database at a particular instant of the time. At any instant of time, if I am referring to any type of record, then that is the instance. So next is, what are the components of database management system? So these are various components of database management system. It is consist of users, softwares, data, and hardware. So what is user? People who interact with the database. That are basically user. It could be application programmer, it could be end user, it could be data administrator. So these are the various types of the users that could be there, who are actually using the applications of the database, who are actually involved, or I can say actively involved in using the database application. So application programmers who are developing applications so that they can store the data, and users who are interacting with the database management system, data administrator who are coordinating all the activities of the database that is concerned with the particular organization. So there are certain rules that are associated with the database administrator that are there. So he has to perform that rules. So we will be discussing database administration in detail. Next is software. Software, as a name implies, it could lies between the stored data and the user. So it could be any software application like DBMS application software or user interface that could be there. So in addition, I am supposed to discuss like the three perspectives of the data that I was explaining in the first instance. So the data model instance may be any of the three kinds that we have discussed recently, like conceptual data model, logical data model, and physical data model. So what is basically conceptual data model? It describes the semantics, mean to say conceptual meaning of a domain being the scope of the model. For example, it may be a model of the interest area of an organization or industry. So this consists of entity classes representing kind of things that is that is concerned with the significance in the domain and relationship assertions about association between parts of the entity. So a conceptual schema specifies the kind of facts or propositions that can be expressed using the model. So in that sense, it defines the allowed expression in an artificial intelligence with the scope that is limited by the scope of the model. So next is logical data model. So it is basically describing the semantics like as represented by particular data manipulation technology. So this consists of description of tables, columns, object-oriented classes, and XML tags, among other things. Like in addition, we are supposed to discuss about physical data model. So what is basically physical data model? So it could describe the physical means by which data are stored. So it is concerned with partitions, CPUs, table spaces, and like any other thing that could be associated with the same. What is the significance of this approach? Basically, why we have discussed data model? Because it allows three perspectives to be relatively independent of each other. So because storage technology can change without affecting either the logical or the conceptual model, the table column structure can change without necessarily affecting the conceptual model. So in each case, of course, the structure must remain consistent with the other model. So the table column structure may be different from a direct translation of an entity, classes, and attributes, but it is ultimately carrying out the objectives of the conceptual entity class structure. In addition, early phases of many software development projects emphasize the design of conceptual data model. Like a design can be detailed into a logical data model. In later stages, this model may be translated into physical data model, but it is also possible to implement a conceptual data model directly. So there are various types of data models that we have discussed, like basic three models have been discussed: hierarchical, network, and relational. So in addition to the same, there are more types of models that are there, like flat model. So what is basically flat model? Like it could not qualify the data model basically, but the flat or a table. This is the model that is consist of single 2D array of data elements, like where all the members of a given column are assumed to be of similar value, and all the members of row are assumed to be related to one another. So in that manner, flat model is defined. Next is like object relational model. So what is basically object relational model? Like it is similar to a relational database model, but object classes inheritance are directly supported in database schemas and in the query language. Next is object role modeling. So what is basically object role modeling? That is, it is concerned with the method of data modeling that has been defined as attribute free and fact based. So the result is the verifiably correct system from which other common artifacts like ERD system, UML that we have discussed in fourth semester, and semantic models may be derived. So association between data objects are described during the database design procedure, like normalization is an inevitable result of the process. Next is star schema. Now what is basically star schema? Like it is a simplest style of data warehouse schema. The star schema is consist of few fact tables, possibly only one, justifying the name, like referencing any number of dimension tables. And the star schema is considered as important, or I can say special case of snowflake schema. So the next is we are supposed to define the data structure diagram. So how we are supposed to define the data structure diagram? It could be possible with the help of entity relationship diagram that we will be discussing in the next lecture. I can tell you in brief about data structure diagram, like a DSD. It is a diagram and data model that is used to describe conceptual data models by providing graphical notations which document entities and their relationships, and constraints that bind them. So the basic graphic elements of DSD are boxes representing entities and arrows that are representing relationships. So data structure diagrams are most useful for documenting complex data entities. In addition, like data structure diagram, they are an extension of entity relationship models because attributes are specified inside the entity boxes rather than outside of them. So while relationships are drawn as boxes composed of attributes which specify the constraints that bind entities together. So DSDs differ from ER model in the case that ER model focuses on relationship between different entities, whereas DSD focus on the relationship of the element within an entity and enable users to fully see the links and relationship between each entity. So basically, after classifying the data into various models, like various models have been followed for representing the data, we are supposed to classify the data model on three types in the end, like conceptual, representation, and physical model. So representation model, I already discussed. Conceptual, that is concerned with describes the database at very high level, and it is useful to understand the needs of the requirements of the database, and it is used in the requirement gathering process. Like before the database designer start making a particular database, one such popular model like ER model, it is used, and it is specialized in entities, relationship, and even attributes which are used by database designers. So in terms of this concept, it could be like related to a big discussion with the even with the non-technical users and stakeholders. I mean conceptual data model. So next we are going to next model was physical data model. So what is physical data model? Ultimately, all data in database is stored physically on a secondary storage device, such as disks and tapes. So this is stored in the form of files, records, and certain other data structures. So it has all the information of the format in which the files are present and the structure of the database, presence of external data structure, and their relation to each other. So this was all about conceptual, we have discussed data model, various types of representational model. In addition, we have discussed about the data models like at conceptual level and physical level. So this was all about my today's lecture. We have discussed about basically representational models in database management system today. So let's have a quick review about all the slides that we have discussed so far. Like we have discussed about representation model, in which we have discussed about hierarchical model, relational model, and network model. So hierarchical model could be represented in the form of the tree-like structure, like child and parent relationship. So this could be represented in this manner. This is the pictorial representation in which we are supposed to follow a hierarchy for the model. So it could be in the form of director, then there are subordinates, manager, then area managers are there, then sales executives are there, then in the last sales representatives are there. So in that manner, we are supposed to represent the hierarchical database model. Next is relational database model. As the name implies, relational database model, we are supposed to discuss relational model in which we are supposed to store the data in the form of rows and columns. So rows and columns are there to represent the data, to store the data, and we are supposed to relate to tables with the help of the relation. We are supposed to define the relationship between two tables so that we can easily define the relationship between two tables. So there are various terms that are associated with relational model like column, rows, tables, keys. So these are various terms that we have discussed. Next is networking. Networking, we are supposed to build a network. Many to many relationship, like many teachers are having relationship with many students, or many students are having many teachers are teaching so many courses, and many students are learning so many courses from many teachers. So in that manner, we are supposed to discuss many-to-many relationship with the help of the network model. So next is we have discussed about schema. That is the structure of the database management system. Like it could be a physical, conceptual, external, or mapping. So that is what we have discussed today. Next is like there are various schemas that are there, like what is physical model, what is conceptual model, what is external model. In addition, we have discussed about instances. So what is basically instance? Next, we have discussed about the components of the database management system like users and software. Like what is user, what is the software, how they are making the database management system. So users like people who interact with database application programmers and users, database administrators, software that lies between the store data and the user. So it could be DBMS, application software, and user interface. So this was all about my today's class. We have discussed about data models in detail, like basically representational model, how we are supposed to represent the data in database management system. So there is a reference book that is given, reference book is given, book by Koth. So it is available in the college library, and you can get it issued from the library and have a look at the same. All of you can note the book, that is a book by Koth. It is available in our college library. So next is today's MCQs. 10 MCQs are there, and each MCQ is having 4 choices, and you are supposed to take any one choice. So at the end of the class, you are supposed to submit me the answer of the 10 questions that I am going to represent here. So just have a look at all the questions that have been here. It is concerned with today's lecture. So this was all about my today's class. If you are having any query, then you can ask me any question. This was all about my today's class. Thank you. Have a nice day.